friends wonder what is wrong with me. Said I'm in the days from your love, you see. I came back to let you know. Got a thing for you, and I can't let go. Some people go around the world for love, but they may never find what they dream of. What you won't do for love. You got everything. What's up, family? What's up? Y'all come in into my world of only you. Make me do for love what I would not do. Make me do for love what I would not do. What y'all know about that? What y'all know about that? What do y'all know about that? Say what's up. Peace, I am Malachi. Thank you for sending me the link for that for your instrumental. I love that. I love that, and I needed that. So that's very timely. What's up, Tierra? What's up, Matt Titan? What's up, as above, so below? Aloha. Aloha. What's up, Shay? First of all, Erica, I want to tell you, I see you. I'm proud of you. I'm so glad that you are putting in work. I am so glad that you are doing something that you feel good about, that empowers you. I'm so glad to see you doing that. It brings me joy. What's up, Shay? What's up, my love? What's up, Juno? What's up, growing through it? Yes, you better grow through it. Yeah, Malachi, I had listened to it right when you sent it. Dream and I were out and about doing some shopping, and I went ahead and took a listen. So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised if you hear your song in the background on one of my pre-recorded videos, okay? Don't be surprised. I'll make sure I shout you out, though, on it. Peace, peace, peace. What's up to all y'all coming in? Y'all really want to hear about this 222? This 222 energy. Y'all are serious. Okay. Y'all are serious. Y'all, what's happening right now is so freaking amazing. And I want to make sure that y'all are tuned into this energy. I want to make sure that y'all are tuned into this energy, okay? I come on every Tuesday anyways, but today is very special. Oh, Sonia, you thought of me, girl. I love it. I love it. Y'all, it is such an amazing time right now to reinvent yourself. I want you to right now like the video, and I want you to put in the comments, I'm ready to be the new, better, improved me. You can put that in your own words. You can put that in your own words. But it's time for you to know, and it's time for you to say, and it's time for you to claim, and it's time for you to affirm, I am ready to be the new, better, improved me. It is time now, family, for y'all to reinvent yourself from a space of balance, from a space of security, from a space of understanding, from a spiritual perspective. It is time now for you, family, to not continue repeating these same old cycles that are no longer in alignment with who and what you are striving to be. I'm ready to be the new and improved, better me. And today, that's another reason why I'm coming on here earlier, because when 222 comes wherever you are, I want you to scream to the mountaintops, who you are, the new you, the better you, the improved you, the you that is balanced, the you that is no longer going back and forth with themselves, the you that is no longer feeling like you have been in a stranglehold to a certain situation, the you that is no longer bound down by certain ways of thinking, certain ways of being, certain ways of living, the you that is ready to take full ownership, responsibility for who you are, the you that has determined that what you thought you knew, you no longer know, right? You thought you were this type of person. You thought you lacked self-confidence. You thought you struggled to manifest relationships. You thought abundance came hard for you. You thought all of those things. I want you to know that after today, you are telling yourself, what I thought I knew about myself is no longer true. What you thought you knew about yourself is no longer true. If it no longer serves you, it is no longer true. On 2/22, what you thought you knew is no longer true on 2/22. Now that's spirit, because I did not plan that. I don't have that written down nowhere. That just straight came through. I don't have that written down nowhere. But I want you to know that today you can reinvent, redefine who you are. And you want to do this from a spiritual perspective. You're no longer bound down by your humanity, meaning those childhood experiences, what your mama did, what your daddy did, what your husband did, what your kids did, what your uncle did. You are no longer held captive and prisoner to that person that those experiences have created you to be. You're no longer that. It's time to reinvent yourself on 2/22. Who you thought you knew, who you thought you were. Now, I'm not telling you that you got to throw it all in the trash. I'm not telling you, because there's some aspects of you that are great, that are beautiful, that are powerful, that are intuitive, that are instinctual. But you know some of those characteristics, you know some of those beliefs, some of those attitudes, the procrastination, the laziness, right? The argumentativeness, right? The one-track mind itself. You know what those aspects and characteristics of you are that are begging to be released from you so that you can be your new, best, improved self. Okay. Let me get an Ashe in the chat. On 2/22, what you thought was true is no longer. In 2/22, what you thought you knew about yourself is no longer true. Those limiting beliefs that you thought were what it is, it's no longer true. And I really received this download in my dream space. I received this download in my dream space. And right now on my side, it's 12/22 on 2/22. Ashe, more power to you. So how many of y'all have watched the show Inventing Anna on Netflix? How many of y'all have watched the show Inventing Anna on Netflix? If you watched that show, put a 1 in the chat. Because there was some science. How many of y'all have watched the first episode of Kanye West documentary? Because there is some science in that. Both of those shows, Kanye, come on, Netflix. I'm gonna give a round of applause for Netflix. Because they just came through with some stuff that is for you. They just came through with some spiritual science for you. Honey, I saw Inventing Anna. I saw Kanye West. And I was inspired. I was like, oh, I'm on my shit. I was like, oh, I am ready now. And I'm reading a book about reinventing yourself. It's all in alignment. And I'm so glad, I'm so grateful to be able to share it with you. If you have not watched those shows, no problem. You're about to get the work today. No problem. You're going to get the work today. Okay. So all of us have something, this yearn, this deep desire. All of us have this internal knowing of who we are supposed to be, what we are supposed to do, the life we're supposed to create, the life we're supposed to live, who we're supposed to live it with, how we all have this knowing. Don't you? Take a moment right now and ask yourself, do you have that feeling? Do you have that yearn? Do you have this? You cannot even explain it. You cannot even explain it, but there's this something that you know is within you that is begging to be birthed. You know there's abundance for you. You know there's joy for you. You know there's love for you. You know there's health for you, right? You know there's purpose and mission for you. You know there's impact and influence for you. We all know that. We all have that, but for some reason, there are certain thoughts, certain actions, certain emotions that stop us from living in the fullness of that. Because here's the truth of the matter. The truth of the matter is you must become it internally before it manifests externally. You must become it internally before it manifests externally. This is what must happen. This is the law of attraction, the law of manifestation, the law of correspondence. You know who it is you are seeking to become. You know what it is you are seeking to create, but there are thoughts, habits, and emotions that are standing in the way of, that are blocking, and that are not in alignment with what you are seeking, who you are becoming. I want to tell you something. Let today be the day where you affirm who you are becoming. Let today be the day where you start to consciously move in the direction of your desires. Let today be the day you do that. Let today be the day that you become clear on who you are inventing yourself as. Babe, you silly. You are so silly. That's that, what's that dude's name? What's his name? I can't even think of it. Infinite Waters, diving deep once again. Absolutely. You got to slow motion that. You got to slow motion that, because this is serious business. This is serious business. And I want to make sure that y'all, the family, the soul family, the people that I love, I want to make sure that on this day, and really every day, that you are doing something, that you are thinking the thoughts, that you are feeling the feelings that align with the desires of your heart. I want to challenge you to discipline yourself to do that. Here's something that you need to know. Here's something that you need to know. When it comes to thought, as you are reinventing yourself on this 222, as you are starting the reinvention on 222, here's what I want you to know about thought. For every negative thought, you need to automatically follow it up with a positive thought. You don't have time to let a negative thought sit in your space, sit in your mind, sit in your energy for too long. Because the more you are stuck in that negative thought, the faster that negative reality is being manifested in your life. Today, I want you to challenge yourself that anytime you have a negative thought or a low vibrational thought, that you automatically follow it up with a positive one. Why? Because at the very least, when you follow up that negative thought with a positive one, at least you come to a 0 point. At least you're at 0. You're not moving forward. You're not moving backwards. You're just at 0. Let's do that. Let's discipline ourselves to that on today. And let today be the day where we start that practice consistently. You have to become a person who decides anytime I have a thought that is not serving my vision of myself, anytime I have a thought that is not serving my vision of myself, I must follow it up with a thought that does serve this new vision of me, this new invention of me. Every time. Because at the very least, you stay here instead of backtracking. And then what will happen is that you'll start to realize that the thought that is in alignment with the new vision of yourself, the thought that is in alignment with who you are becoming, it feels better than the negative one. And because it feels better, you want more of it. So you become intentional of thinking more of those thoughts. You become more intentional of thinking more of those thoughts. And then what happens? The positive continues to increase and that negative stays the same. The positive continues to increase and you start to build momentum and you start manifesting in your physical realm the things that are in alignment with the new you. I feel like a superhero right now having this conversation with y'all. I feel like a superhero. I feel like Raising Dion almost having this conversation. Like I got my hands on my hips. You can't see it, but I got my hands on my hip and I'm coming to the rescue. That's how I feel right now, having this conversation. Thank you, Spirit. Ashe. Ashe, ashe, ashe. It's time to reinvent yourself. It's time to reinvent yourself. It is time to take an honest look at those experiences. So I'm going to show y'all the High Priestess card. This is the major arcana, the 2, the High Priestess. And the High Priestess symbolizes being in between the 2 realms, the spirit realm and the earth realm. The High Priestess symbolizes creating that balance between your spirituality. Y'all are funny. The High Priestess symbolizes being that balance between your spirituality and your humanity. And it's time, y'all. So this High Priestess card, I've been doing this reinvention, recreating of myself for a while now. And I want to tell y'all that you should constantly be recreating yourself. So some of y'all said y'all have watched, Inventing Anna. And you see in this Inventing Anna, this girl is relentless in walking and living in who she is proclaiming herself to be, right? This girl Inventing Anna, she got all of these high rollers in New York, all of these people who are paid in New York. And the funny thing, y'all, is that this is based off of a true story. And this just happened just a couple of years ago, okay? But really, she comes to New York from Germany or Russia, from Europe, from somewhere over there. She comes to New York and she carries herself with such an air that people really feel like she is German royalty. Right? She carries herself in such a way that people think she's the bomb.com and she has money. And throughout the entire show, she never paid for nothing. Y'all already know they say rich people don't pay for stuff. Rich people don't pay for stuff because the mere illusion that a person has something, other people are like, oh no, they got it. They got it, They don't got to pay because they already got it. I ain't worried about it because they got it. Inventing Anna, right? Inventing D-Ray, right? Except, see, here's what you have to put into play. Here's what we learned from Anna. What we learned from Anna is that you have to carry yourself in the way that you want to be perceived, and it will happen. You have to have such a high esteem for yourself that the world around you will start assimilating and creating and really reflecting the esteem you have about yourself. Right? See, the difference between you and Anna, though, is that you are going to do it from a spiritually downloaded place. You are going to do it from the place of the High Priestess. Right? Let me make that focus. Focus, High Priestess. I hope that don't do it. That thing just took a picture. But you are going to do it from the place of the High Priestess, meaning you're not going to be doing. See, Anna was a scammer, though. Anna was a scammer. If you haven't seen the show, still go and watch it. You'll enjoy it. She was taking people's credit cards information. She was using her relationships to come up with this persona. She was making everybody else around her feel bad. Like she was a scammer with hers, though. You don't have to do that, right? You don't have to do that. But what you do have to do is start walking. You do have to start living. You do have to start carrying yourself in the energy, in the vibration of what it is you're seeking to manifest and create. You do have to do that. Okay? You 100% have to do that. So in order for you to reinvent yourself, you need to ask yourself, what does this new me look like? What do I sound like? What type of clothes do I wear? What type of relationships am I in? What type of spaces do I frequent? Let me tell y'all something. It is okay. Go to that expensive restaurant. Go to that 5-star restaurant. Spend one night at that 5-star hotel. Do that. Go get that expensive massage. You have to do those things. Appreciate the love, one Miss Loving Life. I appreciate that. You have to do those things. You have to put yourself in the spaces and in the places. Now I'm about to call out Dream's mom, right? Dream's mom, my mother-in-law, just sent us a message. She's showing out. She's showing out, but she's a part of this lesson. She's a part of this lesson because Dream's mom, my mother-in-law, we're just going to say mama. Before we had Kim, every other Sunday, we're going out to eat to these top-notch restaurants here in Houston. You're going to True Luxe, you're going to the Ocean Air, you're going to this other place that I'm not going to name because I don't like it, right? You're going to all of these different places. And we be like, damn, Ma, we're going to go eat again. She feels good going to these restaurants to eat. She's putting herself in the spaces. She's putting herself in the places, right? Now and she always pays. Now we don't be checking her bank account, but we know that she be working, she work probably 3 days out of the week. Like she ain't no full-time 40-hour worker. We know this. But she's been putting herself in the spaces and in the places because she always want to go out to eat to these top-notch luxurious places. And she just sent us a picture. She just sent us a picture of her W-2. She just sent us a picture of her W-2. And she made $90,000 last year. Surprise to me, because I wouldn't have known based off of how much time that she works. I wouldn't have known. But the reason why I say that is she puts herself in luxurious places. She has reinvented herself. And the person that she is now doesn't have to work a lot to get that bag. Dream, I hope you don't feel some type of way about me telling what your mama just did. But she's showing out. She's showing out. She has reinvented herself to where she don't got to work hard, and she get into that bag, and she belongs in those luxurious 5-star restaurants, hotels, all of that. You have to put that in. You have to get in these spaces. Because here's the thing. When you get in the spaces, you will realize that it's not hard to acquire it. When you get in the spaces around the people, in these places where you want to exist, I don't care what it is, right? It could be health. If a part of your reinvention of yourself is, I'm going to be a healthier person. I give you an example for me right now. Y'all know we just had a baby almost 3 months ago. And so I still got some little baby mama weight, right? Fine. I've lost a lot of weight so far, but I'm trying to get my sexy all the way back. I'm talking about 2-piece bathing suit. I ain't tripping. I ain't worried about nobody, right? So what did I do? I invested in me being around women who have the same goals that I have. So what did I do? I have paid for a exercise membership, right? So now I'm in this group of like, I don't know how many thousands of women who are focused on their fitness. I'm in a space that is going to support who I'm becoming, right? That's a health one. When it comes down to abundance, when it comes down to finances, you need to be getting yourself in spaces where people are doing and people are having what it is that you seek to create. Why? Because when you get around it, you realize that how hard you thought it was, it ain't really that hard. Why? Because you see in him, her, and him, and him, and him. You seeing all of them do it, so why can't you? Not only that, there is a conversation that can be had where you will be educated on how to actually manifest the things that you are desiring. It's time to reinvent yourself. It's time. We are a little less than a month away from the spring equinox. So it is right now time for you to be doing that work, for you to be looking at yourself, analyzing yourself, and really becoming clear on what aspects of you need to let go of that are not in alignment with this new you. The new, the better, the improved you. Yes, you got to get around people who support who you are becoming, not people who support you staying the same. Honey, what? Inventing Anna, this girl was in all of these places that she probably shouldn't have been if people knew who she really was, which was a regular girl from Germany or from Russia, one of them places, right? But when she got in these places, here's the key. When you get in these spaces, make sure your energy says, I belong here. It don't have to do anything with what you have physically going on. Your energy needs to say, I belong here. I am meant to be here. This is my space just as much as it's yours. You can't go into these spaces and these places. And again, I am not just talking about money. I'm talking about relationships. I'm talking about your health and well-being. I'm talking about your business. I'm talking about anything that you desire to have and create. When you enter the space, you must have a sense of belonging. Because if not, when you go into these spaces, your subconscious mind is going to be like, no. If you don't go into a space with confidence, with like, I can do this. If you don't go into a space like Reverend Ike said, that's for me. If you don't have that, that's for me energy, If you don't have that, your subconscious mind is going to make you feel very uncomfortable in that space. And then you and the subconscious mind, y'all are one. You're always going back and forth with each other in your communication, giving and receiving. Shit, your mind, your subconscious be like, oh, I'm getting this sense that you don't like it here, so let me remove you. No, that's for me. It's time. What you thought was true about you, what you thought you knew about yourself is no longer true. You thought, I only make $50,000 a year. Oh, $50,000 a year, that's good. That's good. I live a comfortable life. No, it's no longer true. $50,000 is no longer comfortable. How about that? $50,000 a year is no longer comfortable. I want more. I'm grateful for what I have, but I want more. Okay. You know, this size 12 that I'm rocking right now, I'm rocking a size 12, right? And I'm grateful for it because I finally have like a mom bod. Like after our first kids, I was still kind of skinny. Now I got this size 12. But now I'm gonna tone this size 12 up, you know? I'm gonna tone this size 12 up. I'm grateful, but I can be better and I want better, right? Yeah, Shay, she 100% did. She took a jet to show her friends she got it, and she did not have it at that time. See, this is how you use cognitive dissonance to your advantage. I'm not saying be delusional. What I am saying is disassociate from the things that are no longer in alignment with what you want. Detach from the ideas, the thoughts, the feelings, the actions that are no longer in alignment with what you want. You got to take action. You got to take action. Okay? You got to take action. You cannot just stay in your mind about these things. There is things you have to do. So for me, every morning I've been waking up and working out because I want it. I'm reinventing myself. I'm going for it. Something else I've been doing. I've been looking at the Gucci bags. I've been shopping on Saks Fifth. I've been all in the stores getting it. I'm like, okay, I want that. I already know I want that. So, I already know I want that. I already know I want that. As I'm booking flights and I'm booking all of these things for the family, I'm getting the best one I can get. Let me see what this first class ticket is looking like. Let me see what this 5-star hotel is looking like. This is what you have to do when you are reinventing yourself. And on this 2022, everything that you thought you knew about yourself, we're letting it go. If it is not in alignment with who you're becoming, what you are creating, what you are manifesting, you don't know it no more. You don't know it no more. Question, family. Question everything that you have accepted about yourself that is no longer in alignment with what you want. Question that. Right? Question it. Open yourself up to the answers that can support you to go where you want to go. All right? You have to do it for yourself. And you have to understand that you have to do this work spiritually. And here's the thing. When you get the spiritual understanding and you, how do you know? Let me tell you how you know. How do you know when something is for you? It's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's a knowing. Like I know that I can have whatever it is I want to have. I know that I can go in a mall and I want y'all to hear me. I know that I can go in a mall and say, I want this, I want this, I want this. And I know that Not based off of what is in my bank account right now. Do you hear me? Not based off of what is in my bank account right now, but I know it based off of a feeling that I get when I think about it. When I think about that, I know it's for me. I know that it is true. See, if you focus on the number that's in your bank account, if I were to focus on the number that's in my bank account, then the vibration is not going to align with what I want. Right? The vibration is not going to align with what I want, which is to be able to go in the mall and say, I'm going into Gucci, I'm going into Louis Vuitton, I'm going into, and yeah, I'm just using examples, right? I'm literally just using examples. Now, there is a Gucci bag that I want, right? But really, I'm just giving you some context. That's why I say, again, it could be anything. Hell, it could be a 6-pack. If you look in the mirror at your belly right now, your vibration ain't going to be what it is. But if you start to visualize yourself with that 6-pack, then your vibration is going to shift. And now you are more in alignment with that thing being created. If you are single right now, you know you want love, you know you want a relationship. Yes, somebody is not in your bed right now. Yes, somebody is not at your house right now. Yes, somebody is not loving on you and showering you. Yes, nobody bought you a Valentine's Day gift right now. If you focus on what you think is your truth, you're going to miss the opportunity to create this new reality. Put a 2 in the chat if you understand what I am expressing to you. You got to reinvent yourself. The way that you're going to do that is by stop thinking you know it all. Oof. Put a 2 in the chat. Stop thinking you know it all. Shit. Inventing Anna, she was soaking up game. Anna on Inventing Anna, she was soaking up game, y'all. She would go, when she was in these rooms, she was hearing everything that they were saying. See, me and Anna got a lot in common because I could hear something, I got it too. Like Anna had this, oh yes, I love y'all. Shout out to all y'all that put all the multiple 2s in there. Shout out to all y'all that did the 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, all the 2s. Shout out to all y'all that did that. Anna would go in these rooms. She probably went in these rooms not knowing shit, but she listened enough to the conversations that were being had and she soaked up game. She soaked up game. Now she put her own flavor. Now she put her own energy. Now she put her own spin on whatever these people were just talking about. So now she seems like she fits in and her subconscious mind says, oh, this is where you want to be? This is what you're interested in? Let me make it happen for you. Your subconscious mind will do the same thing. Your subconscious mind will do the same thing. But you so caught up in the facts of your life, that you cannot disassociate, detach, disconnect for long enough for you to see that if you place your focus, if you place your energy, if you became intentional about walking in, living in, existing in the new, better, improved you, you can't even see that if you just pivot. Y'all remember, if you ever played basketball, you know how sometimes you got to pivot. You thought you were going to go this way. You thought this is what it is, and you need to hit that pivot. Maybe it's a drop step. If you play sports, then you know. If you know, you know. But if you would just pivot and redirect your energy, redirect your focus, redirect your actions, and you do it with a knowing that what you desire is, what you desire wants you as much as you want it. What you desire wants you as much as you want it, but you got to put your focus on that. And you have to be willing. You have to be willing to surrender what you thought you knew, who you thought you were, what you thought you needed. I know for me, I'm really learning this right now. I'm really learning this right now because I thought, I just got to go with the flow. That's just me. I'm just a person. I like to go with the flow. I like, if it doesn't feel like if I don't feel like I want to do it right now, then it's probably not the right time for me to do it. That was an illusion. And that type of thought process was blocking me from manifesting what I did want, what I did wanted to create, because what I wanted and what I was creating took me having initiative and not waiting for a feeling, right? But for as long as I thought in my mind that I had to feel a certain way to do something, right? That's what I thought I knew. For as long as I thought that, the longer, the further it would take for me to manifest my desires. But when I decided, okay, I thought that was my truth, I'm not going to keep holding on to that because it's not creating the results that I desire. So let me do something different. Let me pivot. Let me drop step. Let me redirect. Let me reinvent myself. See, I thought I was a person who needed the flow. Now I'm just on go. I'm just on go. If it's something that comes up in me if it's something that spirit channels and downloads to me that this is it, I don't have to wait for a motivation to do it. I can just act on it. But I had to reinvent myself. We were in the Patreon. We were having a Patreon meeting. I want to say, was that Saturday or was that the Wednesday? Saturday. On Saturday, we were having a Patreon every Wednesday and Saturday, 9:30 Central Standard Time, 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. We have a conversation with our Patreon family. We have a book club. So we read a book and we just talk about that book. We talk about what we're dealing with. And one of the ladies on there, one of our Patreon members, she comes on before we get started and she says, Dream and D-Ray, I just want to tell y'all I'm so proud of y'all. And, we like, huh? But she says, yeah, I'm just so proud of y'all because y'all have grown so much since when y'all first got on YouTube. And that really meant a lot to us. So if you hear this video, I don't want to say your name, but if you hear this video, thank you. That really stood out. And that was very important. And that was very touching to hear. Because in this process of us being on YouTube and to who we are now and to what we're creating now has been a constant reinvention of ourselves, a constant transformation of ourselves, a constant of, okay, this isn't working, let's try this. Or this has ran its course, let's move on to this. I want to tell y'all, let's get out of this comfortability. Y'all, I've been working out. I've been working out every day for like the last week. And when I tell y'all that first day, it was not easy. Even the baby was like, Mommy, you need to sit down. Kim was like, you need to sit down. She was like, she started crying. Oh, come on, Spirit, with the downloads. Kim started crying. And I was like, oh, see, I can't work out. I can't do what I need to do. Kim is crying. I got to take care of her. But how many of you know that was my own limiting belief in that situation? See, when you start to reinvent, when you start to recreate yourself, when you start to redefine yourself, when you start to pick up on new truths, your human external experience is going to want to challenge that. But you have to be a person who breaks through that. You have to be a person that says, I want what I want. I desire what I desire. And I'm not going to let my human circumstances stop me from getting it. I'm going to disconnect from what I think is the truth of my life, the fact of my life. Yes, it is a fact I have this baby and she's crying. But that doesn't mean that she has to block me from getting this workout. Let me do what I need to do with her and then get back at it. Choices. You have to make a deliberate choice to dedicate yourself to this reinvention of you. Because it is a part of your life mission. It is a part of your soul mission for you to become the best version of yourself. It is a part of your spiritual walk for you to become the best version of yourself. And that means you're going to have to let go of some of the limiting beliefs, no matter how much you think it is true. No matter how much you think it is true, right? So that first day she was crying and I was like, she's stopping my workout flow. All right. The next day I'm like, all right, Kim, mommy's going to try this workout thing again. And every day, she's giving me more and more time. At first it started off 10 minutes of uninterrupted workout. Then it got to 20, then it got to 30. And once I get to 30 minutes, at that point, I mostly got done most of what I need to get done. So if she starts acting up, I can pull her out of the swing or wherever she may be sitting and just have her with me for the final parts of that exercise, that stretch, whatever it may be. But your human circumstances will try to block this reinvention of you. And so you have to become a person that says, even when I am faced with a situation that goes against what I desire to manifest, even when that happens, I'm going to keep on pushing through. I'm going to keep on pushing through. I'm going to stay focused, right? Inventing Anna. She had a boyfriend who was like a tech developer, and he was how she was eating. He was her meal ticket. He was how she was going to get from one stage to the next. She was how she was going to rise in this socialite type of energy. But then that plan crashed because he actually did not have the money. He spent all his money flossing. He spent all his money, he just didn't spend his money wisely for whatever reason. Trying to impress Anna. Didn't spend his money wisely. And so when that well dried up, she hit that pivot and she went and got the lady who was actually funding him. Right? So you have to be willing to pivot. Not only that, let's talk about this Kanye real quick. The Kanye documentary is so freaking powerful right now. Like, if you are a hater of Kanye West, I don't understand. I'm not saying that he has to be your God. I'm not saying that he has to be someone that you admire or anything like that, because I don't think that way about any celebrity. I've never been that way with any type of celebrity figure. I've never been that type of person that just was like, never. But this man, Kanye West, in that episode 1, you see him speaking life over himself over and over and over and over again, regardless of what the external circumstances were. Regardless of what the external circumstances were, he kept speaking life over himself. He kept on saying, yeah, I'm going to do it. This man said, I think he said he was like walking somewhere or doing something, and he said he was sitting there practicing his Grammy speech. He said he was practicing his Grammy speech, and he was only a producer at the time while he was doing that. Right? That's amazing. He was reinventing himself. So my question to you is, what type of speech will you give? How will you show up for yourself? How will you award yourself? He said, I'm an icon. And what is he now? Just genius. And yes, he had a beautiful mother, a mother who really had his back. And so boom, there you go. Thank you, Shay. Thank you, Dream, for bringing that up. A lot of us did not have that. A lot of us did not have that mother that wanted us to be brave, that wanted us to be arrogant, that wanted us to, and she wouldn't even say arrogant, but she definitely wanted her son to be confident, right? She said, when the giant looks in the mirror, he sees nothing. basically saying you can be in the air, but you can be grounded too, right? So basically, that's High Priestess energy, right? Light and dark, spirit and humanity, spirit in the earth, balance, okay? But a lot of us we didn't, especially us that's on the spiritual path, a lot of people have mother wounds. Ooh, come on, spirit. A lot of you have mother wounds because you didn't have that mother that says, good job. Because you didn't have that mother that says, you can do this. Because you didn't have that mother say, you're awesome. But your mother is just a human. Your mother is just a soul whose intentions were good. That's that Nina Simone. Your mother was just a human whose intentions were good, right? She may not have known how to give you what you need. She may not have known how to put you in position to have self-confidence. She may not have known how to put you in place for you to feel confident enough to go and pursue your desires. She may not have known to do that. Okay? So you as a spiritual being, you got to deal with that shadow work, right? This is the shadow side, the dark side. You got to deal with that shadow work. Because like Truth Teller just said, she did the best she can. And when you release her of her stranglehold on you, you got to release your mother. Some of y'all don't believe that you're worthy of abundance. Some of y'all don't believe that you're worthy of love. Some of y'all don't believe that you can have the life you desire to have because your mother. Because you're still holding on to that wounded child. Okay? So if that's an issue that you are having, one, if you are a woman, you need to book a complimentary call with me. Let's talk about it, because you need to forgive your mother, because I can guarantee you your mother's ultimate goal was trying to protect you. She just didn't know how. She didn't know how you needed to be protected. You know? My mother's protection came in the form of control. My mother's protection came in the form of control. Her control manifested in my life as an adult, as a person who was indecisive, couldn't make decisions for myself. That's how it played out in my life, to have a controlling mother. But right now, I can't let my mama's control stop me from making the decision to be great. That's something I have to do. That's something I have to do. I have to make the decision, I'm going to be great. My mother's love simply turned into control, but she was still coming from a good place. All right? So you got to do your healing work, but within that, you have to take the action moving towards what it is that you want to create. All right? Stop going back and forth with yourself. Don't be this too. I pulled out all my two in the tarot. Don't be this too, right? Juggling. Well, this too is basically saying you got options, right? You got options. Which option you want to choose, basically. Going back and forth. What I want you to do is to stand firm on what you want. Get out of the emotions. Get out of the trauma, right? Because you see, we got waves of water back there. Waves of water symbolize emotions, right? Emotions coming in and out. Get out of that. Get out of that. Stop questioning, well, can I have it? Oh, I guess I can't. Can I do it? Maybe I can't. Stop with the self-pity. Stop with the self-pity. Stop feeling like, come on, two energy. Stop feeling like you are stuck. Stop feeling like you are a hostage. Stop feeling like you are bound down. Stop feeling like you can't make a choice. Again, we got some more water behind us. All of this is saying your emotions and you still identifying with the trauma is what's stopping you from the reinvention. That's what's stopping you from the reinvention. You keep on going back and forth with yourself. Stop. Right? Another 2 from the tarot. The 2 of Cups. Connect with people, right? Connect with people who support where you're going. Create that divine balance between yourself, that divine masculine and divine feminine energy. Okay? The desire to reinvent yourself and become better, that's feminine energy. The action that you take to become better is masculine energy. Again, the desire, the feeling, the want to manifest a different reality is feminine. The actions that you take to manifest that reality is masculine energy. 2 of Cups. Let me tell you, when you do that, we got the 2 of Wands. What's happening with the 2 of Wands is that you're going to receive all of the information that you need in order to do it. Once you make a decision, you are going to receive all of the insight in order to make it happen. Then you got to walk the walk, right? The 2 of Wands also symbolizes travel. He's carrying the globe. He's carrying the globe. So what we're talking about for you is you are traveling from one destination to another. You are traveling from one state of being to another. The reinvention of you. All right? And then obviously y'all already know we had the High Priestess. That's the other 2. So balancing out your spirituality with your humanity. Balancing out your light and your dark. 2/22/2022. I love y'all. Reinvent yourselves. You got this. Y'all need to watch Inventing Anna on Netflix so you can get your inspiration, but trust and believe you do not have to be fraudulent in this feat. As you are reinventing yourself, you do not have to be fraudulent. It's 1:11 on my side, so I'll shade of that. I shade to that. It's 1:11 on my side. I shade. I am telling y'all, you can do this. Okay? You can do this. You have to do what you have to do. You absolutely have to do the work. You absolutely have to do the work. You have to walk the walk. You have to become the person, right? Like when I first got my first head coaching job out of high school. Yes, all y'all people that's on the West Coast that's putting y'all 11-11. Shout out to y'all, all my West Coast family. Shout out to my West Coast family. Shout out to y'all. So look, when I first got my head volleyball coaching job, y'all, I did not have any of the quote unquote accolades that they say you should have to become a head volleyball coach out of high school. All of y'all have been in high school before. You know that head coach role, the head football coach, the head basketball coach, the head volleyball coach. Those are like prestigious titles in schools, if you remember, right? Those are like prestigious titles in school. And so, you know, typically there's things you got to have on your resume to get that job. But here's what I want to tell you. When you become, your external reality has no other option but to manifest that in your space. So for me, the action that I had to take to align with that job, I had to start waking up early. I had to start waking up early. I had to start being intentional. I had to start being on purpose. I had to be on time. I used to struggle with time back in the day, right? I used to struggle with time back in the day, but when I decided I wanted to be a head volleyball coach, I knew for me to be in that leadership role, my time had to be on point. I had to be where I needed to be when I needed to be there. So shout out to y'all. Do the work. Reinvent, pivot, drop step, make those changes, take the action. If you are not taking the action, what that says is that you don't truly want what it is that you're asking for. You really just talking shit. And then you get on these YouTube videos and be like, damn, well, what about my abundance? I don't know what's happening. What do I need to do to create more abundance? You've been doing what you needed to do to create more abundance. You just ain't took the action. You ain't did the meditations, right? You didn't take the opportunity to operate that abundance muscle. You ain't investing in yourself. Y'all already know what it is. Y'all already know what it is. All right. But like I said, I love y'all. Let me go deal with Kimmy. Let me go see my Kimmy. Make sure she ain't driving her daddy crazy down there. And y'all have a happy 2022. Y'all have a good one. You know, when you get that 222, wherever you are at, like some of y'all who are on the East Coast, right? Y'all people who are in New York, Georgia, and all of that stuff like that. When that 222 hit in a couple of minutes, I want you to affirm everything that you are becoming. I want you to affirm everything that you are becoming. And when you affirm it, of course, you affirm it with I am. I am. And then if you want to take it even deeper, I want you to ask your higher self, I want you to ask spirit, what steps do you need to take now to embody that energy? And when you get the download of the steps you need to take, you walk in it. You discipline yourself to walk in it. All right? And when you mess up, don't judge yourself. Get back on the ball the next day. Get back on the ball the very next moment. Don't be, oh, I didn't do it. Oh, it's not going to happen. That's a lie. That's ego. That's ego. Players mess up. Y'all know the saying, players mess up. So there are going to be times where you fall short. Hey, redirect, get back focused, get into it. All right. That's my word for y'all today. Make sure y'all like, share, and when this video is done, comment something that was powerful and impactful for you. All right. Love y'all. Peace. Happy Tuesday.